Hello there, Eddie Mercado here with BloodyElbow.com, and today I will be speaking with the UFC's number 12 lightweight, James Vick, as he is set to take on the number 14, Francisco Trinaldo, at UFC Fight Night 126 in Austin, Texas. So let's give Vick a call and find out what he's been up to since his knockout win over Joseph Duffy, find out what he has in store for Trinaldo in Texas, and maybe find out a little bit about his hog hunting as of late. Mr. James Vick, how are you doing, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm well. Thank you so much for taking out the time. What's this I see on Facebook? You're out here hog hunting. I saw you caught a big one the other day. What's going on with that?
I'm always hog hunting when I'm in Texas. I actually haven't been in a while. That was one of my older ones that I put up. But I started the camp right after Christmas, like literally the day after Christmas I left town. And about a week and a half before Christmas, I got two big boars. One of them was about 300 pounds. The other one probably 240. So it was, I love hog hunting. That's one of my favorite things to do.
That's what's up. What's your weapon of choice? Is it rifle hunting or bow hunting or all of it?
Yeah, I've actually never bow hunted before. I eventually want to learn, but just growing up, we used to hunt. I used to hunt deer and hogs and stuff with rifles, but I've never really used a bow before. So I'll eventually get into it, but it takes a while to learn that skill set, and I just don't have time at the moment.
Yeah, it's bows are weird. I have a compound bow, and it took me a long time to get used to just pulling it back and finding the sweet spot and lining everything up and the dots and it can be a little bit much, that's for sure. But do you actually eat the hogs and all that?
Oh, for sure, yeah, for sure. I got a freezer full right now of hog meat, deer meat, and duck meat.
That's awesome.
I shot a couple of deer this year and several ducks, and then I've gotten. The thing I love about hogs, my favorite thing about that is there's no season. They're pest animals and they reproduce like cockroaches. So you can kill as many, you can kill 50 of them a day if you want. You can kill literally as many as you can get, and they just reproduce so fast. In Texas, the population is so big that it's getting out of hand to the point that basically they have to kill 70% of all the hogs every year just to maintain the population the way it is.
Wow, that's crazy. Is there a bounty on them at all?
There's just it's getting to a point now. They were trying to pass a bill, which a lot of hunters are like, no way, and everyone should not want this, but they're trying to pass a bill where they're going to poison them because they're so bad. The problem with that is every other animal is going to get poisoned. You're going to have people's dogs, potentially maybe people's children, get poisoned doing that, water supplies or whatever, because they literally are getting I don't think people understand how big of a problem they really are and how much stuff they destroy and how fast they can reproduce. A hog can have up to 2 litters a year, and that's up to 12 piglets per litter. You could have 24 new hogs every year from one, and then usually after 6 to 8 months, they can already start breeding.
Wow!
After only being 6 to 8 months old, so it's just crazy the amount of hogs there is. It's an endless supply. And people don't realize it, but in another 10, 15 years, they're going to be in all these other states. They're already coming, and they've already spread, massive across many states that they used to be in. And they're going to come, and they're eventually all they can do is people are shooting them out of the chopper now. People are, they're just trying to shoot them as much as they can and kill them and, to get rid of them because, they are pests. They're horrible and bad.
Yeah.
They have no natural predators except humans.
Have you ever been charged by one? I know they're pretty vicious.
I try not to get that close. I've had a couple run at me, but not where I'm in danger of being that close. Probably running towards me and 40 yards away or whatever, but not 5 or 10 yards away.
Okay. All right. Well, shit, man, you are 12-1 in your mixed martial arts journey, 8-1 in the UFC, currently ranked number 12 in the entire world at 155 pounds after you knocked out Joseph Duffy. How does it feel waking up and seeing that number next to your name?
It felt good. I'm not going to lie. It felt good. I felt like it's a long time coming, and I try not to complain because I did get a top 10 opponent before and I blew it. I lost but I've also beaten and have a better record than most of the guys in the top 15. Pretty much all of them. I mean, I'm the only guy with the record I have that's not ranked in the top 10. The only guy that has a better winning UFC record than me is Khabib because he's never lost. You know what I'm saying? I've won 8 fights in the UFC and pretty handily most of them, and against some good competition and nobody, like I said about Joe Duffy, I think he could beat several of half the guys in the top 15 too. He's just not getting that opportunity either, and they want all of us killers on the outside to fight each other. So it's good to it's good to get ranked as high as I have, and Trinaldo's a tough fight, and he doesn't get the credit. I mean, the dude won 7 fights in a row, so it's a tough fight, but when I beat him, I probably won't get the credit that I deserve for winning that fight, I think, but hopefully I do.
Well, recently I spoke with UFC middleweight Anthony Smith, and we were talking about how getting a win in the UFC is one of the hardest things to do in the world, right? And here you are, you're on your 3rd straight finish. Now, unfortunately, this is also your 3rd straight snub for a Performance of the Night bonus. I gotta ask, what do you have to do to get that bonus money?
I don't know, man. It's fucking bullshit, man. This politics stuff is ridiculous, dude. I'm just done with it, man. I'm not even talking about it anymore. I'm tired of calling these fucking guys out and not wanting to fight me. And that's not the UFC's fault because, they can't put a gun to these guys' heads and force them to fight me. But at the same time, yeah, it's bullshit. I should have got I've highlight reel 3 people in a row and haven't got shit for it. It's a fucking joke, man. It really is. And the favoritism and the way shit gets done, what can you do? I'm not going to complain anymore. I got a decent deal right now. It could be better and it will be better, but I'm making good money and I should have gotten a fucking bonus at least 1 or 2 times in the last 3 fights. I've highlight reeled 2 of those people in my home states, and haven't got shit for it. So, whatever. It's all good.
Right on. Well, like we said, you knocked out Joseph Duffy. Spectacular performance. You seem to really just, the whole fight, you seem to be firing on all cylinders. It was at Madison Square Garden, no less. Looking back, how'd you feel out there? Did you feel as dominant as you looked?
I felt like the first round was close, and I felt like I needed to turn the volume up in the second, and that's what I did. That's why he came in that last 10 seconds and got caught because he knew he was down on the score on points because I had won that round handily. I basically outstruck him 2-1 in that second round, and I just turned the volume up. And when I turn the volume up, most of these guys can't match me. I haven't fought anybody yet who can match me with volume, and that's why I'm excited about these fights with some of these guys because I know guys like Tony Ferguson, Nate Diaz. I can match them. I can match them with volume. The only difference is I have better defense than them. I don't sit there and take all those shots they take. And I can stylistically, fighting guys like that are fucking great for me because they're not going to break me like they do. That's all they do is they turn the volume up and break these other guys. Well, that shit ain't going to happen to me. And my cardio is better than yours, and I can throw more volume than you can, So that's pretty much what I did with Joe Duffy is I turned the volume up, and he knew, and he knew that he was down and he had to come take a chance and he was going to try to land something big before the round was up and he got caught.
Yeah, and an excellent finish. It was a buzzer beater in Madison Square Garden, New York City. Were you able at all to get away and kind of explore New York City and kind of get that whole New York experience?
Yeah, man, it was good. Afterwards, my best friend and his girl came up, and then me and my girl were there. We all went and we stayed there for like 2 or 3 extra days. And I got to do the Errol Hawani podcast. I went live in studio. I got to eat New York pizza. It was amazing. I got to go, we ate Korean barbecue. We got to go see Statue of Liberty. What else did we see? We saw a bunch of different stuff. We went to the Broadway show. We went to a bunch of different stuff. Times Square, we just did everything. As much as we could in a time frame. Yeah,
there's definitely a whole bunch to do there. Do you think you'll return to the Big Apple anytime soon?
Probably if I fight, but besides that, no. I mean, I didn't. I'm from Texas, man. It's just, you know what? It wasn't even the busyness and the traffic and everything, but the people are just fucking rude there, man. Like they are legit. They like, I guess because they're so busy and so consumed with what's going on. They're just, tunnel vision. They're just rude people, man. It was nuts how rude everybody was. But it was a great trip, and I had fun, and the city was amazing for sure.
Yeah. Did you get to ride the subway at all?
No, I didn't.
Oh man, I feel like you haven't experienced New York until you watch someone piss on a subway in a subway cart. That's like the complete New York experience there. But
you know something I was disappointed about in New York is I went to go get some. So I was trying to go to Chinatown and get me some fake Jordans, and I keep hearing everybody. And I go over there and they're trying to charge the same price as a regular store. And I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah, the last time I was there, I went to Canal Street, and this guy is trying to sell me these Ray-Bans, and he was trying to sell them for like $65. And I'm like, first of all, they're fake, and second of all, like I can go to any store and buy Ray-Bans for like $20 more, like real ones. So like, what's going on in Chinatown?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do though, man? But right now, you're about to get another home game. Austin, Texas, not too far from where you are. You excited to have someone come and have to fight you in your own backyard?
I am. I love it. I love fighting in Texas. I love fighting in front of my people. It's a great experience. Hopefully, I get some good exposure from it. Hopefully, UFC gives me an open workout or something, and just promotes me a little bit from the fight. Which I'm still not happy with that situation. I feel like I'm not being promoted the right way still. Even though I said something, after I beat Polo Reyes. Then they did promote me some, and then basically they gave me a couple guest appearances, and then after that I haven't really got shit, and it's like, so hopefully I do. I wanted the main event spot, I'm not getting it, but hopefully, it's 3 hours away from home. All my people are coming, and I've fought there before and won. And then, I used to play at basketball tournaments right there at the Frank Irwin Center. We would go down there we'd be down there for like 4 or 5 days at a time. And I did a couple of tournaments down there in the summertime, and it was a big event. We played like 10 games in like 3 days, and it was a big, so I remember I've had good memories there.
Okay, awesome. Now, your opponent, Trinaldo, his past 4 fights were in his homeland of Brazil. What can Trinaldo expect from the Texan crowd?
I mean, they're not. I don't know. I don't think they're going to boo him necessarily. They're not as. In my experience, Texas hasn't been as rude to some. Out of towners coming in is some of the other places I've been to, but I mean it's going to be hostile a little bit, but I'm sure he's not really worried about all that.
Yeah, I doubt he's worried about it. But so Trinaldo, he pretty dang good. He is ranked number 14. Are you happy that your opponent is in the top 15, or are you a little bummed out that you're ranked higher than he is?
Well, initially when this fight was signed, I wasn't ranked higher than he is. They redid the rankings. I was ranked 1 below him. I was ranked 15th or something, and then he was ranked 14th.
Okay.
And I don't understand how fucking Anthony Pettis is still even ranked. Like, this is a fucking joke, man. Like, the dude. And then Chiesa turns down a fucking fight with me, but then because I'm not ranked high enough, but then he turns around and fights Pettis. He's fighting we're in the works of fighting Pettis right now, who's ranked way below me now, or 1 or 2 spots below me, and has won fucking 2 of his last 7 fights, and somehow the dude's still ranked. It really is a fucking joke. It's the politics again or whatever, but yeah, Trinaldo's tough, man. I mean, the dude can fight. I mean, anybody who wins 7 fights in a row in the UFC, it's not a game. And I'm taking him seriously. Well, I take all my opponents serious, and this is my life, and this shit ain't a game to me. And I'm 100% ready. We can fight today, and I'm ready.
Yeah,
just gotta give him away a little bit, but.
Trinaldo, he's definitely tough, like you're saying. And historically, the guys that typically give him trouble are grapplers, and I feel like your ground game is severely underrated, but you've also proven that you can wax dudes on the feet. So what do you think is your path of least resistance in this one?
I mean, I'm a striker, man. I try to strike with all my guys. Half my wins are by submission because these guys try to take me down, and then they get caught. And yeah, I don't think that Trinaldo's ground game is better than mine. And also, they talk about how strong he is and everything, but I think that he has serious gas tank issues. If he's smart, well, what's going to happen is I'm going to be out pointing him, or I'm just going to catch him with something to knock him out. But I'm going to be winning, and he's going to try to wrestle. He's going to try to put me on the cage and everything. And if he does, it's going to gas him out. There's no way that he could deal with my gas tank and my volume and my movement. And he has a history of gassing out in fights. And I think that's going to be his downfall. But he is one of those guys that even when he gasses out, he's able to suck it up a little bit, and he does pull out victories. I will give him that. But I think that he's going to be swinging and hitting a lot of air, and I'm going to be moving on him. And if he tries to wrestle with me, I ain't afraid to go to the ground, Trinaldo at all. In my mind, my ground game is better than his and most of the people's in the division.
Yeah. So how is training camp going for this Team Lloyd Irvin? How is everything going? Weight cut doing all right and everything?
Yeah, good, man. Just following George Lockhart's program, Fitness PT, and healthy. I'm healthy as you can be, in a camp. And I'm sore and beat up, but that's a part of it. And I feel good. And I got one more hard sparring session, couple hard grappling sessions, and then from there, just stay healthy in those, and then from there, it's just timing, pad work, weight cut, running a lot, and getting ready.
Have you ever taken a trip to the UFC's Performance Institute and get hooked up to all the machines and let them run their tests and all that?
No, I've never used the Performance Center. I've been there a couple of times, and I've got shown around and stuff like that. When the UFC first brought us out and stuff for the athlete retreat and stuff like that, but I've never been there and used it. Okay,
fair enough. Do you have an official prediction for how you see this fight playing out?
I think I'm going to win by knockout. I think I'm going to knock him out. I think I'm going to finish him. I know he's not easy to finish. I know he don't get finished and he don't get knocked out, but Joe Duffy didn't get finished and knocked out either. And I was the first person in 16 fights to knock him out. And I think that I'm going to be too long for him, and he's going to try to wrestle. And when he tries to wrestle, it's going to gas him out. And when he does, I'm going to open up on him, and I'm going to hit him with something.
I dig it. Now, what does James Vick want 2018 to look like? You had a crazy, awesome 2017. How do you follow that up for this year?
I'm going to be a world champion this year. I'm going to be a world champion by the end of this year. That's 100% my goal, and it's totally realistic. Like I said, I'm done calling these fucking guys out. Wait till I get on the microphone. I'm going to get on there. Chiesa and Kevin Lee both did not want to take this fight with me. So that's fine. I'm not thinking about Chiesa and Kevin Lee anymore. Fuck them. They done lost their opportunity. I'm thinking Khabib. I'm thinking Tony Ferguson. I'm thinking McGregor. I'm thinking world championship. And I'm thinking that it's going to happen this year, period. It's going to happen this year. And one fight I am looking forward to that could be a potential one that I'm thinking about is I'm ranked number 12 in the world. And when I win this fight, I'm assuming I'm going to get ranked a couple spots better. I'm hoping. And Beneil Dariush, who beat me, is ranked number 11. So I win this fight, I will be ranked above him. And then I will be able to get that rematch with him. Because at this point, I would rather fight him than Chiesa, even though Chiesa beat me in the Ultimate Fighter 6 years ago, because I've called Chiesa out for the last 6 years, and he wants no part of it, and he's always got some bullshit excuse, and the dude don't have any dignity as a man to fight me. And Beneil already told me if I won a couple fights, he would give me a rematch. But Beneil's a real dude, you know what I'm saying? And I would love to get a rematch with him if I can't get someone ranked like in the top 7 or 8, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would love to see that.
But I'm tired of calling these guys. I mean, that fucking Kevin Lee's a joke. He's a punk. He don't want to fight. He acts like he's your best friend when you're kicking it with him or when you see him around, and then he gets on Ariel Helwani show talking shit, acting like he punked me out or something. The dude's a pussy. He don't want to take the fight with me. Chiesa don't want to take the fight with me. So fuck them. I'm done with them, man. You know what I'm saying? If they don't want to fight, that's cool. I'm not going to sit here and beg to fight you. I actually saved some of the text messages from me and Sean Shelby. And one of them is talking about Chiesa turning down the fight with me and talking about, and this is exactly what I told Sean. I said, one day, Sean, I'm going to be ranked above him. And when I am, I said, I'm going to tell him, fuck you. Because I've asked to fight this guy for 5 years straight, and he won't give me a rematch. For 5 years. It's not like this fight happened last year. It's literally almost been, in May or April or May, it'll be 6 years since we fought. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want to fight, that's cool, dude. That's cool. You know what? Well, when I get ranked above you, fuck you, dude. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. I'm sick of it, man.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's definitely it's tough when you can't get booked for fights, and that's all you want to do is move up. But it's like you're getting blocked by the politics and you know everyone's own personal interest and all that. So it's definitely it's a tough spot to be. That's for sure. But
I get that. I get that people say, "Oh, well, why would he want to fight you if you're not ranked above him?" But then he's fight. But my argument to that is he tried to fight Evan Dunham recently. Evan Dunham was ranked below me, who also wouldn't fucking take a fight with me. And now fuck him, he lost his chance too. Well, you don't want to give me a chance. It's not like I'm a fucking 2-0 guy or a 2-2 guy or a fucking even 3 or 4-0 guy. I'm a fucking 8-1 guy in the UFC. My UFC record is better than his. Michael Chiesa's UFC record is 7-3. And mine is 8-1, and he's acting like I'm not fucking worthy to fight him, but you're going to turn around and fight someone ranked below me? Well, fuck you, dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm done with you. You don't get a rematch from me anymore. Fuck you.
Yeah, man, I understand. I definitely understand. Well, how about on a lighter note, what are some of your sponsors? What are some of the people that have your back, that are helping you out, elevating you, pushing you to be the best you can be?
You know, all my team, you know, Team Wood Irvin, my team back home, Ironside MMA. I train at many gyms back home, all the gyms, Genesis, Weatherford Boxing Team. I train at so many different gyms. And my management, sponsorship, my manager, Oren Hodak from KO Reps, Knockout Representation. And you know, just all my friends, my family, just everyone that's been here for me. All your support hasn't gone in vain, and you know I'm coming this year, and I'm gonna be a world champion, and I appreciate everything y'all did for me over the years.
Awesome. Now, for the 1 or 2 people who are not already following you, how can they get at you? How can they be a part of your journey? What are your social media outlets?
My social media is all the same on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. It's all James Vick MMA.
Awesome. Well, James Vick, thank you so much for taking out the time. Francisco Trinaldo is in your crosshairs. UFC Fight Night 126, Austin, Texas, February 18th. Best of luck to you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it.
So there you have it. The UFC's number 12 lightweight, James Vick, heading to Austin, Texas to take on Francisco Trinaldo. UFC Fight Night 126, February 18th. Go check that out. In the meantime, you can read me over at bloodyelbow.com. You can follow me on Twitter at @Mercado. If you like this interview, smash the like button. It's the thumbs up down below. You can also subscribe to my channel right here. Subscribe to Bloody Elbow's YouTube channel right there. Check out these interviews right there. Now go be a good person.